Today I'm with former boxer and co-founder of Ladies United Boxing Camps, Bettina Dahl. Thanks for doing this, Bettina. How are you?
Hi, I'm really good. Thank you. And thank you for doing this. I think it's an amazing, what is it called, topic or idea you have here.
Well, amateur boxing just doesn't get promoted enough. I said that to you before.
Yeah.
You're the women who are driving amateur boxing, especially in Europe. You're the co-founder of Ladies United Boxing Camps.
Yeah.
Why did you start those camps? And who helped you start them? It was Catalina as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. But then we have to go back when I was boxing, because I think my boxing career at some point was really hectical. And I have been in actually a lot of different clubs. And in those clubs, there was no girls. And I felt sometimes that because you were not a boy, you didn't get the same attention and you didn't get the help to get sparring. So I was like, I'm a person that finds solutions for me. If they don't offer me the things, I'm gonna figure it out how to get it by myself. So I started contact a lot of girls I knew were boxing, or I met them out at tournaments, and I asked like, let's come together and let's have some sparring. And I think it's at some point it was just growing. So I think one of the first, like, let's say the first thing that happened was in, I think in 2014 was the first one. There was coming some girls from Sweden, and there was coming a Belgian girl, Ocean. She had like a fight against Katie Taylor that time. So I was planning it so she could get some sparring for her fight to Katie Taylor. And then there just went some years, and we had some smaller sparring camps. And then in, I think 13, no, 16, I think, or 17, we had like a bigger one that came a lot of Swedish girls, and I think we had some girls from England too. And the year after, we made a camp again, and then we got some help from a girl in Sweden that is also boxing, Nora Buslander. She's doing this visual identity for us. So she made our logo and start creating our web page. And at that point, when she started creating the logo and we find the name Ladies United BC, I was like, okay, this can really work. It's not only like women's sparring camp, but it can be a concept we can bring out to the countries.
And you've not just run them in Denmark, have you? Which other countries have you done them in?
We were in the Netherlands. That must have been 2020, January. We got contact. I was fighting Alicia Holskin, the professional fighter in the Netherlands, some years back. And then I'm also a friend with the professional fighter Dina Torslund. And then Dina Torslund needed some sparring, so I made contacts between those two. So Alicia came to Denmark and was the sparring partner for Dina. And then I talked with her dad, Paul Holskin, and he was like, shouldn't we bring some girls to the Netherlands? And I was like, yeah, let's make a camp. And then we can get some more contacts when we're in the Netherlands. We can get some contact to Belgium. We can get more contact to Germany. So we can develop and become bigger. So we brought it to the Netherlands, and we were, I think, a bit more than 60 girls.
That's great. Now, can you tell me how a typical camp runs and the schedule you run and how many days?
Mostly it's like you can, of course, join Thursday, and that would just be like a normal technical training. But then Friday we really start, and it's becoming more focused Friday evening. We can do some partner work, and we end up in a sparring. And then Saturday morning again, we start slowly with some technical part, and then we end out in a sparring. And then again, Saturday evening, we made sparring matches. So I will sit and match in weight classes, and I will sit and match the experience. And they have it like, it would be like a real fight they have in the ring. So 3 times 3 minutes. And then they will have that on that fight, a break, and then one more. Or if we have like professional fighters, let's say like we had in Denmark, we both had like Patricia Bergruth from Sweden. We had Alicia Holskin, we had Dina Torslund was there too. and once we also had Sarah Mafu from Denmark. And then they always require some special needs because they need more rounds and they only do 2 minutes. So we try to help them and say, okay, then you go like 4 rounds with her, and then after you get 4 rounds with another girl just after. So we also try to help the professionals at the same time.
What level of girls is it aimed at?
In the beginning, it was like all levels, but we lifted up because it's a tough weekend, and you have to be used to sparring, else you can get injured also. So I think what we ask for is they're used to spar and they are used to be on camps for a whole weekend.
How would somebody normally apply to go on one of the camps? Do they contact you direct?
Yeah. Last time we made the web page, and we made like an invitation there where they could apply on the web page. Else they can always contact me. I'm always up to talk, or yeah, they can ask about anything. Yeah. But I think what the camp can do is of course there's the sparring and there's the experience of being like the 3 x 3 minutes, like a fight with the girls, with a girl, but also the social part. Let's say there's a professional, there's national team boxers, and there's, I don't know if it's also rude to call them normal boxers, but the boxers, they have a lot of experience but didn't join the national team yet. And I think this whole environment where they are talking, chit-chatting, how is it to be a woman in the boxing world, how is it going in the clubs. There's also, now we became older, and there's also a part that is called, we also need to get kids at some point. How do you come back from that? So all this like environment allowed to have this woman talk in all levels. And there's also new girls, there's like the role models is at these camps. So I think there's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of I can call it like spirituality.
It sounds a great life experience. I interviewed Cam F. Awesome, who was team captain of Team USA for many years and won national titles. And he said his favourite bit was actually travelling around countries and meeting people from different countries. Is that what you see at your camps, that people enjoy meeting people? Yeah,
exactly. It's like in these camps, we want to also people to come together. We want the coaches to talk together and share their knowledge. We want them to use each other for fights in different countries. So it's I think it can do a lot of things. It's totally down to earth, like we're standing on with our feet on the ground. That's how the camp is feeling. Norway sent I think it was 6 girls without a coach to us, and they were like, they called me from Norway and they were like, can you take care of the girls? And I was like, of course we take care of the girls, and we did, and they were really happy.
My name is Anniken Holte and I'm from Norway. I'm 17 years old. I'm here to get more experience, to like develop my boxing and my technique, and to get sparring. The trainers and the people, the team are very strong and good and like taking care of everyone. So you feel very welcomed here, and also the training and like the plan is very good, set it up. So you feel like it's a good quality. Everyone respected each other. So you could like talk to everyone, talked about where they're from and their experience with this camp. Yes, I would absolutely do that. You come here and you get what you want. You get sparring, you get more experience. So if you want to like be better, you should really come here and get some good sparring.
Now, I've interviewed another great coach in Cairo, and that's Salimeh Zana. and she spoke very highly, and I know you're in contact with her. And
Yeah, exactly.
you're possibly thinking of a camp in Egypt, aren't you?
We definitely want to go to Egypt, but there's a lot of things we need to plan, and we have to figure out what do it require for us to go to Egypt. And I think we have to find some kind of sponsors that can support the girls, but because I can expect it's like kind of an expensive trip. And if you do that trip with a lot of girls here from Scandinavia or Europe, I think we would bring it out in a woman fight night in Egypt as well. So they get a fight while they're there, and then we have the training camp too. But I will cross my fingers that we can do it, because then we will make history in Egypt.
That sounds great. And I know it's difficult with COVID. Have you got any plans in Denmark or for future camps?
Not in Denmark. We have a plan for Sweden. We already planned that before the COVID. I have a good contact with Lina Skovhagen. She's national team coach for the youth and the junior in Sweden for the girls, and we're gonna have it in her club in where is her club in Sweden? Hölvigen, yeah, in Hölvigen boxing club. So as soon they open up, we are ready to go to Hölvigen and have the next camp. Yeah.
Now, you're not only co-founder of Ladies United, you're also the Danish Female Development Officer. What does that entail, and how much do you enjoy the coaching side and the development side?
I really, it was really an honor when they asked me to start the women development team in Denmark. I got surprised because there have never been things like that in Denmark before for the girls. And I got told to be a part of making the frame for this, and I was looking a lot to England to see what are they doing, because you have this like pathway for the young girls. So I was writing one of the coaches over there to get some information, and try to collect information from Norway and Sweden. What are they doing, so we can get a good frame for this? But we're not that many girls in Denmark, so we cannot put it in ages. So it's from you are 14 until you're 40. You can be in this development group, but you can you have something. Sorry, that's my cat. Sorry, there's another cat outside, so she's really angry.
Julie was being strangled.
Oh, sorry, she's out now. There was another cat, and she get like really mad. Where did I come from? So yeah, it's like the group is like all ages, but they have something that we can develop on, and maybe in the future they can reach the Danish national team.
What is it about the coaching side? You're a former amateur boxer yourself. What is it about the coaching side of boxing that you love?
I think for me as a coach, when I was boxing, I didn't feel that the coaches saw my potential. And I think that's why it went so many years before I got the chance on the national team. So I think what I'm good at, it's looking away from the result they are doing, but look at them as a human being and what they can do. See their potential when they cannot see it by themselves. I think that's what I can do as a coach. Yeah.
Now, going to your own boxing career, when and why did you start boxing?
Yeah. When did I start? I think it was in 2002 or 2003 I started boxing. And I remember at home we were always watching boxing in the TV. And my dad said he was boxing, but I think it was only on the street he was boxing when he was young. I'm not sure. And then I was living in a countryside, and there was like a small city. They had a boxing club. I didn't knew that, but there was like Friday evening. There was some party in the city. What is it called? And they had a boxing ring. And the coach came over, and we were looking at it. And the coach came over, and they were like, "Oh, shouldn't you try to go some pads and things?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can try it." And after that time, I just started. I don't know why. I liked it.
And I think I saw on one of your interviews, you said you lost your first 4 bouts.
I lost my first 8.
First 8.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That though, to stick with the sport. Most people don't, do they? And it shows the strength of character for you that you stuck through them. How hard was it to stay motivated during that young age? Can you remember?
I was just young and I liked boxing. That time I met the same girl 4 times in a row because there was no boxer, and the coach could call me, hey, can you fight tonight? They need a girl, and I was like, yeah, I can fight tonight. So it was never about the result for me in the beginning. I think I got experience and I got to travel a bit, and for me that was important. Yeah.
Now later on, you joined the army. You joined the Danish army, and you did 2 tours in Afghanistan. What did you carry on boxing in the army? Or what was that experience like?
I had like a smaller break from my boxing career. When I reached 10 fights, I had like 1.5, 2 years where I didn't fight, and then at this time I also started in the military. And it was funny the way I started up boxing again. That was actually my sergeant I was working with. He was like a boxing coach, and I didn't knew it. And in the end, he was tired of me like coming and after being out partying Thursday and meeting at work Friday. He was tired of looking at me being like this hangover, and he was like, "You should start boxing again." And I was like, "Why do you know? How do you know that I was boxing?" But he kind of figured it out, and then I started again on a serious level. And then since that I was actually boxing again. And when I was in Afghanistan, my last tour here in 2000 and when is that, 13 I think, I connected with some British girls down there that was boxing, because they have boxing training in the military. So we had like, there was like a gym in the tent, so we were sparring in the tent and things, so it was really funny. Yeah.
You ended up boxing for Denmark as well. What was it like? So I always ask people this. What was it like to represent your country?
It was really amazing. I think at some point everybody would be honored to do something for the country. I did it in the military. I did something for my country, and I could feel that I like to serve my country. So I was really happy when I could do it through my boxing also. That was an honor, and I was also surprised because I was never the good boxer. I was hardworking, and I've done that for many years, but I was never the good, talented, technical boxer. But I always kept fighting and always kept having my goals. Yeah.
And what's your favourite contest when you look back over your amateur career? What's the bout that you really enjoyed?
Well, it's funny because I had so many. I think I had a national team fight against Ireland. Duffy, she was 7th times Irish champion, and she was so strong. She had like huge muscle on her arms and her legs, and when I was boxing, I was just like a stick. I have no arms or anything like that. And that fight was just so amazing, and I won that fight, and I was so happy. Yeah, I think that is one of the fights I always will remember, because I was they expected her to win, no doubt on that. But I took that fight and I won it. So yeah.
You're involved with the Ladies United. Obviously, you've got a lot of contacts across Europe. How popular is female boxing in Europe, and is it growing like it is in the UK?
Yeah, I think it's growing. And I think when we make more attention on women boxing like you do now, and we also try to do it with Ladies United, and there's a lot of pages start coming to promote women boxing. I think the younger generation can find the role models. I think it's about showing the role models being visible, and that is also what you do now. So I can see it's growing. I can see it, Golden Girl, it's growing from the first tournament they made until now. I think when was it? It was in 2019 they made record with most women at Golden Girl. So it is definitely growing.
And what are the benefits of the sport?
It's such a hard sport. It's also a really nice sport, but it's so physical. You move your whole body at all levels. It requires strong and fast body and condition. It requires good technical skills. It also requires that you can use these technical skills tactical in the fight, um, and that you work with yourself, because everybody is like they have this like fight, fly, or freeze system in your body. So if you're standing in front of something that is dangerous, and when you stand in a ring, it is dangerous. And these old what is it called? It's not like habits, but things that are sitting in our body. Most people would run away or freeze, and most people do that in the beginning. But every time you work with yourself, every time you stand in the ring, in the end, you can be calm, and you can do your technical part or tactical part, and you can hear what the coach are saying, and you can actually bring it out in the ring. So it give you self-confidence, it give you self-esteem, yeah, yeah, a lot of things.
When I do these videos, I usually look on Instagram and see who stands out to me, who I'll contact. And there's 3 ladies who stood out who are pushing female boxing. One is, there's plenty more, so I apologise to anybody else here. But there's Mosumola Adeoti in Nigeria, and who's doing a great job as a national coach. Salim Asana in Cairo, again, fantastic job, and yourself. And it's great that I've actually interviewed you all. Now, what is it about this sport, Bettina, that has got you addicted and putting your passion and all your effort into?
I think it is the part that I need to work with myself the whole time. It requires that you are ready to develop. If you want to become a good boxer, you have to be ready to develop. You have to be ready to take the step out of the comfort zone the whole time. And also what I love about it, like Julie was talking about, it's a family. You can go in the ring and you can box, and it can be tough, and you can say you hate each other in the ring, but when you come outside the ring, you're good friends and you can talk. Everything is about in the ring, and when you step out from the ring, it's like what was in the ring, it stays in the ring. And I think that is what I like. There's no hate, there's no, I don't see there's any racism either, or there's no talking about if you are homosexual or anything. It's like that you are a boxer like everybody else. It's like being in the military. You are a soldier when you're in the military, and here in the boxing world, you are a boxer.
I think that's why I love the sport. It's a complete leveler. Everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, how much money you are, what kit you're wearing, it means nothing. But you see the friendships, don't you, in those boxing clubs? Yeah.
You are accepted at as soon as you come to the gym, as soon as you put an effort in the training, you are accepted, and you are one of them. You are a boxer, no matter that, as you say, how much money you have, or what color you have, or what sex you like, these kind of things. It's amazing. I love it. I feel accepted, and I feel loved when I'm in the boxing world.
Well, that's fantastic, Bettina, and thank you very much. And full congratulations with all you've achieved with Ladies United. And I have the feeling it's just the beginning for you.
Yeah, it is. It is. It'll grow bigger.
Yeah. And thank you very much, and all the best.
Thank you, and the same to you.